Do you believe that on the 9th of July 8th, 1947, during a thunder and lightning storm, a spaceship from outer space with aliens aboard crashed into the New Mexico desert? I do, for sure. The government reported that it was a weather balloon, but the people of Roswell, New Mexico, or at least some of them, know better. It was my third visit to the UFO Museum and Research Center in Roswell, New Mexico. Henry and I found a parking spot right out in front. The first two visits were with my wife Sally, who I believe had read most everything that has ever been written about UFOs, and especially the Roswell incident. The interactive museum is a must-see, and thousands visit every month. If you're in the area, do stop by and see what you think. I was on my way to Ruidoso, New Mexico, where Cousin Bill and his spouse Susie, and his sister, my cousin Carol, and her spouse Pat, had invited me to spend a week at the Crown Point condominiums. It was a timeshare that Bill had inherited from his parents long ago. It is a beautiful area, even on one of the rainy days. One morning I felt like I was back at my school in the mountains of North India during the monsoon rainy season. It was lovely. Our first outing was to the Stanton Fort, where Kit Carson was once commander. Unfortunately, the rain cut our visit short, but we did enjoy what we could see. The next day we visited the Three Rivers petroglyph site nearby. Trails in the national park led us on an interesting walk where over 20,000 petroglyphs have been identified in the area. The artists were the Haudenosaunee prehistoric Indians, of which there are no known modern descendants. Fortunately, it was not too hot, and we enjoyed the outdoor prehistoric art exhibit. From prehistoric, we next drove to the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo. However, in the Museum of Space History, we were first directed to Stonehenge, where the study of outer space first started around 3500 BC. The timeline included such events as July 20, 1969, when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon. At the far end of the timeline was October 4th, 2004, when Spaceship One became the first privately funded man-made craft to successfully complete 2 round trips out of the Earth's atmosphere within a 2-week period. On March 30, 1982, at the nearby White Sands Space Harbor, Space Shuttle Columbia successfully landed. Early telescopes were on display, along with loads of information about space exploration by telescopes. Scale models of the various space travel vehicles were on display. To me, a rock brought back from the moon looked much like the piece of meteorite we had bought our astronomer son for his birthday some time ago. By standing on a shaky metal platform and pushing a button, you could feel the tremendous vibrations and movement that the astronauts feel upon liftoff. The last exhibit was devoted to the history of Gene Roddenberry and his ever-popular Star Trek. I was interested that he also wrote for many other TV series, such as Have Gun Will Travel and Highway Patrol. Leaving on the museum elevator felt like entering the command center of the space shuttle. All in all, a highly recommended museum if you are in the area. We were in the heart of pistachio country, so we went for a pistachio tasting. The lovely pistachio trees and fruit were there for viewing. I love pistachios and ended up buying a bag of unshelled red chili pistachios and a bag of unshelled salted pistachios. They They were very good. It was wonderful spending a few days with two of my cousins and their spouses. However, on Wednesday, cousin Ken Jones from Albuquerque came down, and we had a wonderful time sharing cherished memories, as well as learning entirely new things about each other. I left feeling closer to my cousins than ever before, and having enjoyed a whole new part of New Mexico.